Can y'all believe it's week 8 already? Let me
No.
try this again. Can y'all believe it's Friday? It's about that time during hour 2, and it's time for us to make some picks. And of course, all of our picks are brought to you by BetUS.com. Cole is with me. Vikalaah is our guest picker, and of course, we welcome our senior NFL advisor, the one and only Mike Debate, who joins us every Friday morning. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thank you so much for having me today, gentlemen. As
All
always.
right. So we had to do the proper introduction for.
Of course.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I took a look at the slate of games, and Mike, you will agree with me. You and Cole have been with me the longest in doing this show. There are some dog games again this week, man. I mean, who writes this?
Well, we are halfway through the season, so
Yeah, we are. All right, let's
Sunday
get going.
night.
That's
Yeah,
we'll
there
have
we
fun.
go.
We'll have fun with the night games in just a moment. Let's start at the top and let's go to Indianapolis, Indiana. The Saints and the Colts. Colts 3-4 after getting royally played to the left last Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. New Orleans is favored by 1. The over-under is 43.5. I will do this for the sake of my household and for my beautiful wife, Jody. I'm taking the Colts, and they're going to blow out New Orleans. That's all I have to say. Michael.
Well, my good buddy Ross Jackson would probably want to put myself in a ringer right now for doing this, but I'm going with the Colts as well. Look, the Saints off the Thursday loss to the Jags. The offense struggled. The Colts really, I think, showed a little more on the offensive side of the ball than a lot of us gave us credit for last week. Saints defense can get to Gardner Minshew, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it enough. I like the Colts in this one. I think it's going to be a close one, so I'm not willing to go above and beyond, but I think they eke this one out.
All right, Cole, it's up to you.
The only thing the Saints have going for them offensively is Alvin Kamara. That defense has been trying their best to pull that offense with them, and I think they're starting to show signs of exhaustion. Meanwhile, I think the Colts are going to be upset from what happened last Sunday. They really did not lose that game on their own merit,
right?
But they lost anyway, and I think they want to prove that they're not what they were, say, when the season began. And I think they have a good team where they can show that they can muster up a really good game team-wise. So I go with the Colts as well.
All right, Victor, do you make this unanimous?
yes, I do. This is going to be a revenge game for the Colts. They're going against a particularly weak team in the Saints, and they are mad that they got screwed over. So
Yeah,
they
they
are going
are.
to be coming in like a house of fire. I actually think they're going to probably blow this one out.
And the two Colts I look at on defense that are really mad, E.J. Speed forcing the fumble, DeForest Buckner recovering the fumble. That's why I say the Colts will walk all over the Saints on Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And there may be some live coverage of that game. We'll let you know at the end of the segment. Let's go to Pittsburgh and Heinz Field. 5-2 Jags.
Stop the cap.
Thank you, Cole. I needed that. 5-2 Jags, 4-2 Steelers. Jacksonville favored by 2.5. This is a track game for both teams. Allow me to explain. Jaguars are coming off of a Thursday night win, but they're a little bit banged up. And then you have Matt Canada and the Steelers. I'm going to go with the visitors by a razor-thin margin. Over-under is 41. I'm going under. Give me the Jags. I will take the points, and I will take the under. Michael?
Yeah, I'm going with the Jags, and I'm taking the points too. Excuse me. The Jags have won 4 straight. This point in the season, you're starting to see teams emerge, and you're starting to see who's going to make a run for the playoffs and be one of the top teams in the league. I'm very impressed by what Pittsburgh has done defensively, and I think they've exceeded a lot of expectations, but Jacksonville has Trevor Lawrence. I think that makes the difference in this one over Kenny Pickett. I like the Jaguars in this.
All right, Victor, we go to you.
Yeah, I'm going to Jags on this one. I just think that the Jaguars have more weapons than the Steelers do offensively. Now, that's not to sneeze at the Steelers' defense. They've done significantly better than what I think most people were thinking. But, yeah, I definitely think that Jaguars eat this one out, and I'll take the points and go with the under as well.
All right, Cole, do you make this unanimous?
I do, simply because I don't know what to make of that Steelers offense, and I mean, they're horrendous. They're horrible. They are a moribund. They would be a moribund franchise if it weren't for the fact they have a once in a generational talent on defense in T.J. Watt. If it wasn't for him, and if it wasn't for that side of the ball, the Steelers would be just simply they would simply be bringing home the rear.
Mm-hmm.
But they will be bringing home the rear in this game because I think the Jaguars will build off the 3-game winning streak they have had and make it 4 in the capture bottle. Acrisure.
Somehow I knew Cole would deliver an uppercut for me. Let's go to the nation's capitals. We're still within our 1 o'clock games. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Eagles favored by 7. 43.5 is the over-under. I'll make this simple. Like I did with the first game in this slate, I'll make it simple here. The tush push will not be necessary because Jalen Hurts is going to run all over that Washington defense. Give me the Eagles. I'm laying the points, and I'm going over. This time we'll go to Cole to start things off.
Let me see. How can I aptly describe this? Eagles.
Michael, it's yours.
How can I follow that? I mean, that seems to be just a consensus. I think that perfectly sums it up. I think that was excellent. No, I have nothing further to add. I yield my time. No, I'm kidding.
Yield my time.
Major issues protecting Sam Howell. There's no question about
Oh,
it.
God.
Yeah, this one's not going to be a pretty one. Philadelphia's got this one.
Yeah. All right, Victor, make it unanimous.
Yeah, I got to go with the Fly Eagles fly on this one. Too many weapons. Hurts is Hurts. And then you have Sam Howell. And to honor Sensei Drew, the king of dumpster pelicans.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm definitely going to go with the Eagles.
And Sensei Drew, this is for you. We know quite a few more dumpster pelicans. We'll get to them all in this slate. Matter of fact, there will be about 80,000 of them at AT&T Stadium. Rams and Cowboys. And, of course, we're going to have Jimmy Johnson's How About Them Cowboys in our head for most of the afternoon. I can't believe I'm going to do this because Dallas is favored by 6.5 in this game. The Rams forget they have a running game. At the same time, so do the Cowboys. So who's going to run the ball? Is it going to wind up being Dallas runs the ball 20 times and the Rams run the ball 19 times? Because all four of us know, gentlemen, that they're going to depend on their quarterbacks to sling the ball 45 times. The question is, who will make the least amount of mistakes? And I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to, by a razor sharp thin margin, I will take the Cowboys. But two things. I'm taking the points, and I'm going under 45.5. There's no way these two teams together will put up 45.5 points. Victor?
Yeah, I'm going to go with my Cowboys, but I'm definitely taking the points. It's really going to come down to who's going to run the football better, and if it's going to be Pollard running the football or Dak running the football, because we all know that everyone loves to run Dak because they really can't trust his arm or his mentality. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys, of course, and I'm just hoping they do not let me down. God help
shout to Cole and Wise from Mentality. All right, Michael, we go to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys as well, but I agree with you, gentlemen. I think there's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think the Rams are a little more evenly matched here than most people are giving them credit for. Dallas is going to have to diversify their offensive, attack, and I agree with what Vic just said. They're going to try to take the ball, at least they should, try to take the ball out of, Dak's hands at some point. Lean on Tony Pollard, lean on some of what you've got. I'd love to see a little bit more Michael Gallup and maybe even Brandon Cooks in this matchup and try to burn that secondary. But if that does occur, then I think Dallas could end up going with track meet on this. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Rams keep this close, but Dallas does come out on top, by virtue, I think, of their defense more so than their offense.
All right, Cole, do you make this one unanimous?
Well, in the immortal words of Palpatine, God. Let the hate flow through you.
Yes.
Only Cole could come up with that on a Friday morning.
Are we surprised?
No.
Let me see. The Rams, the Wunderkind upsets me because he seems to forget he actually has a running. He seems to forget that in an offense you must run the ball. Now, I'll give him credit. The last 2 weeks he hasn't forgotten, but I just get the feeling that I think he will in this game because I think he would feel the need to want to be aggressive and press the issue. And of course, he's dealing with a team on the opposite end that forgets to run the ball too. But in the end, I don't think the Rams have it for the Cowboys. I think they should take this game actually quite easily. So I pick the Cowboys as well.
Take a look at the only 405 game we have on our docket. It occurs in the New Kingdom. I'm sorry, Lumen Field in Seattle. The Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. I still wonder what Seattle's doing in the NFC, but be that as it may, Seattle favored by 4 at home. My simple question, why? It's PJ Walker versus Geno Smith. Let me repeat that matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It's PJ Walker versus Geno Smith. And as I said with the Rams-Cowboys game, who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? The over-under is 38. As mentioned, it's a 4:05 kickoff. And you know something? I rarely do this in with involvement with this team, but I'm going to trust PJ Walker because I don't trust Geno Smith in this situation. There's something there. I know Cole's about to fall out of his chair, but who's going to run the ball for the Seahawks? That's my question. Who is going to run the ball for the Seattle Seahawks? I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I am taking the points, and I'm going under. Michael?
Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland in this one as well, but not because so much I trust PJ Walker. I trust that Cleveland defense to limit Seattle's offense and pull the upset here.
Absolutely.
Like you said, I don't think Seattle is going to be able to effectively run the ball against this Cleveland defense. And again, you're putting the ball in the hands of Geno Smith. He's proven himself capable of winning, so I'm certainly not going to, knock them there. But I just think that Cleveland's defense is better than what Seattle can put out on offense, and I like them to pull the upset this week.
Cole, it's yours.
I trust the Browns defense. I don't trust the Seahawks running game. I most certainly do not trust PJ Walker, and unfortunately, because of that, is why I'm going for the Seahawks. The Browns need to have a more reliable handed quarterback that's not going to turn the ball over, because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you will not have.
Oh, no.
Brace yourself. Brace yourself, kids.
Here we go.
Towel time. There we go, girl. Oh, yeah. Let me work it out right now. I got to work this problem out. This shoulder been giving me some issues the last month. Oh, yeah. Oh, this feels good. This feels... Oh, doggone it. I can't go again. This sucks.
You think he stopped doing that? Because every time he does that, he can't go another week.
Right.
This is the Cleveland Browns in a nutshell, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to Victor. Finish it, please.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Browns because of the hot-handed, which is a defense. Yes, PJ Walker may not be the greatest hand at quarterback, but all you need to do is just be a game manager because that defense is just handling it. And the last time I was here, the Seahawks were in purgatory. This time I'm here, the Seahawks are still in purgatory.
Yep.
So I'm definitely taking the Browns.
Not only in the NFC, but in the NFC West Division. Remember, everyone else in the NFC West Division's already lost, which brings me to this game, 4:25 kickoff in Santa Clara. a lot of chinks in the armor for my 49ers, but they sit at 5-2. They're 2 games ahead of where they were last year, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, who are coming off of a bye. I had Clarence Nixon, our Bengals insider, on last Wednesday night, I beg your pardon, during that 49ers show, and he seems to be confident in the Bengals. I am not. I'm laying all 3 points, and I'm going.
But he's still going to take the Bengals.
I'm going to hit you. You don't know better. and on top of that, my wife Jody's laughing at this. My wife Jody's getting in on the fun as she flashes the 49er flag that I have here. Give me the 49ers. I'm laying the points. You're going to hear the Bengals will never, ever, there will not be enough times for Sam Darnold, who is expected to start on Sunday, to turn and hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey. Trust your best offensive weapon when you don't have the top offensive weapon in Brock Purdy. Michael?
Yeah, I think San Francisco pulls this out too. And look, the easy way to look at this is Donald's going to be in there. It's Halloween weekend. He's going to start seeing ghosts again. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to do what the Patriots did to him when he was with the Jets a few years ago. But I don't see that happening. I think you're absolutely right. Shanahan knows how to game plan for these situations. Utilize your running game. Make that be your bread and butter. Have that open things up and have Donald manage the game. Even though that's not necessarily his MO, that's the most effective way for San Francisco to continue. I think they scored just enough to be able to do it. It's going to be close, but I still like the Niners.
All right, Victor, all yours.
Yeah, I'm going San Fran. I like Cincinnati to a degree, but all you're going to need to do is have Sam Darnold just get his hand off the CMC, and you're going to be okay. This gives enough time for Debo to rest. Gives enough time for Brock Purdy to rest, because you really do not want to risk Brock Purdy, who's already in concussion protocol. You want to give him time to rest. So I think, and honestly, even though I like Cincinnati, I don't think they have the weapons or the horses to take on San Fran. So I'm taking San Fran in this one.
And the bonus on this one is, even though they'll be minus Purdy, they're probably going to be minus Trent Williams. They win this one, they go into a bye at 6-2, which gives them an extra week to heal. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Cole, finish it.
I would pick the Bengals simply because I think the team has a better opportunity and a chance to steal a victory in Santa Clara with Sam Darnold at quarterback rather than Brock Purdy. However, the Bengals' philosophy offensively is something I just do not vibe with. Now I know Clarence like you, and I get why he's confident that the Bengals can come in and get a win.
Right.
The only issue I have with the Bengals is that they do not commit to Joe Mixon nearly enough. Yeah. And if they committed to him more, I would like their chances better. Because the way you get to the 49ers is just punch them in the mouth right off the gate. Mm-hmm. The Bengals don't like to do that for some reason. And because they will show a lack of teeth, I will pick the 49ers.
Oh, man. Now we get to this one on Sunday night, and there's dumpster Pelicans all over the place in San Diego. I will not call them Los Angeles Chargers, even though that's the official name, as y'all will see by that happened. I have to. I will, if there was ever a game I would wish for a tie, this would be it. But I don't trust either one of these coaches. I still don't know what the hell a Matt Eberflus is. And then there's Brandon Staley. And then there's Brandon Staley. You know what I'm going to do? There's going to be a first in the years I've done the picks. I'm taking a mulligan, and I'm diving into my desk on this one. I pass. Mike?
Well, the years I spent covering the Chargers would not allow me to take a mulligan and crawl under the desk. I like the Chargers in this one, and I like the pick. The Bears showed a little bit last week, I guess, against the Raiders. You can make that argument, but I just think the Chargers have way too much talent to keep losing games right up Brandon Staley, and I think they will find a way to pull this out, and not just by a little bit. I think this is going to be a comfortable win for the Chargers on Sunday. But yeah, wow, going to be an interesting one coming up on Sunday night.
Can we just go back to 1982 at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego when the Chargers had the blue uniforms and the gold pants? Oh my goodness, Victor!
Oh boy, this one is a bowling shoe ugly game.
Can we get that bowling shoe ugly, please?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see anything like and yes, the Bears did have a great game, but then again, they were playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. Wasn't even the Oakland Raiders. These were just the Las Vegas Raiders. So I don't see it happening. But then again, I look at the Chargers and I look at Brandon Staley.
And they have Brandon Staley as their Brandon Staley. When Brandon Staley is your coach,
yeah,
and that's all you have to say. It's like Lewis Black said during one of his specials that's a favorite of Victor's and mine. Dick Cheney. And that's all I got to say. In this case, Brandon Staley. And that's all I got to say.
And having said all that, though, I still believe that the Chargers are more talented than the Bears. I think the front line, the offensive line of the Chargers is better than the Bears. And I think that's going to be the deciding factor. So I'm taking the Chargers on that one.
I'll change my mulligan. 40-0 San Diego. Cole, finish this, please.
Well, there's possible scuttlebutt. All of you make sense. All of you make absolute perfect sense. Yes. The Chargers are the better team. They're at home. The Bears are a dumpster fire. And yes, of the two coaches between Matty Berflus and Brandon Staley, I trust Staley barely more than Eberflus. But I read the word around the campfire is that should the Chargers lose to the Bears Sunday night, that Staley might get fired. So
yeah,
I'm rooting for the Bears because I want Brandon Staley gone.
And I think for the benefit of the Chargers,
you know what,
they lose as that Staley can be gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? The hell with it. Push the alarm again. For me, push the alarm again. If it goes the way as expected, then this will be 3 hours. None of us will be able to get back.
Correct.
Let's finish the picks. Raiders and Lions. And no, this is not 1990 in the Silverdome, where these two teams combined for 69 points and about 800 yards of offense. Mm-hmm. If there's 800 yards of offense in this game, then Detroit's getting 790 of them. I'm taking the Lions are favored by 9. Over-under is 46. You may as well make it 50 because Detroit's a little mad after being humiliated at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore last Sunday. Now they get an extra day to prepare. They get some extra time to prepare on that extra day. Give me the Lions, and I'm laying the points. Michael?
Yeah, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't think that's going to be Josh McDaniels for too much longer. And I know this game is in Detroit, so but bottom line, I don't see a way that the Raiders can pull this one out. I mean, consecutive road games. They did not look good against the Bears last week. Again, you hit the nail on the head. The Lions are looking for revenge in this one, not against Raiders, but they're just looking to bounce back from a poor effort. And I think they do that. I think they bounce back in a big way here. It's a get-right game for the Detroit Lions.
Part 3, Cole.
I swear, Bowl Cut must have Monday Night Football's producer's number on speed dial. Why are we looking at this horrible franchise play on another national stage? They don't belong on it. And it's ridiculous. It'll be ridiculous. We're going to be seeing in Detroit the following.
As I said, this is not Bo Jackson versus Barry Sanders where it's tolerable.
They're
making unanimous.
Lions.
Yeah, I'm making this unanimous. Motor City is going to be a madhouse, and honestly, I'm all for it. if I'm a Lions fan, I'm like, there is no way in God's green creation I'm going to lose to the team that got beat down by the Bears. There's just no way. This is going to be a get-right game for them after they got shellacked. And they're kind of mad. I think they're going to make it worse. I think they're going to make the loss, the beating that the Raiders received from the Bears, worse. So I'm going with the Lions. I'm laying the points.
That's our picks for week number 8. Can y'all believe that? And there are quite a few bowling shoe ugly games on this slate, as well as the slate overall. Cole Johnson joins me. Victor Locke joins me this week. And our senior NFL advisor, Mike Debate, joins as well. Michael, thank you so much for joining this morning. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Cole, Brian, Vic, always great doing picks with you guys. Cannot wait to do it again next week. Thanks so much for having me.
We will indeed do
Same
it again.
thing.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, y'all know what time it is when we get back. Buckle up.